11 weeks pregnant with our rainbow baby, and I feel like, although this probably still looks crazy to you guys, to me, I feel like I look a little bit more human than I have this entire time. I am finally starting, I feel like, to come out of the first trimester just trenches. It has literally been the trenches. I maybe might be motivated to start making my makeup content and things like that maybe next week. We'll see. Anyways, I just had my first MFM appointment that went really well, and it gave me a very good blueprint as to what this pregnancy and this high-risk pregnancy is going to look like, how many appointments, and it is a lot. Let's just say I am very much so going to enjoy this holiday season, because come the new year, I'm going to be up at that hospital literally every week for quite a while. So that was really interesting. We've already scheduled me out through February, and then once the March schedule even opens, they'll call me and get me all into that. I will not be going to 40 weeks, which was no problem with me. I do just need to make sure, and hopefully this baby, we just get to at least 37 weeks so that way I can deliver at the hospital on base. That is where I want to deliver. We can have story times. I have got story times for you, but I absolutely positively, I do not want to have a baby on the German economy. Sorry, Germans. I don't know how y'all's is, but based on my experience that I had in Italy, it made me say I will never have a child outside of, I guess you could sort of say, our American system, but I know our American system is not perfect. Do not get me wrong. But there is just certain things that's just like an absolutely positively not. Will I be doing again? Here, I felt very comfortable because of the fact that I had met people. I feel like God was kind of just telling me, like, look at this, of those that have had high risk, seeing their stories, seeing how they were with the doctors. My own PCM was a high risk and was telling me when I was like talking about how I was like, we're thinking about it, we're not, how she was a high risk, who her high risk doctor was, who I have. And I don't know. It just made me really just say that if I was ever going to have another baby, it would need to be here. It would need to be at that hospital, please. And it just seems like kind of that is what is working out. I did find out that should I have the complications, which I am susceptible to, which is what they're watching me for, I still wouldn't necessarily have to be on the economy. The recommendation would be that they would fly me back to the States, because even for them, they said it would not be something that they would have me do here in Germany. They would fly me back to the States, where I would be able to have all of the care that I would need and the baby would need. So definitely hope that that's not going to have to be the case. Praying. I know the people around me, I know our church group things, we are surrounded by so much positive prayer and hoping that, things just go well. So far things are. Yeah, that's pretty much my biggest thing. Symptom wise, I'm like sort of getting a little bit out of breath sometimes. I'm definitely bumping. Nausea has subsided a lot, in terms of at least I'm not like vomiting every 2 seconds. As I say this, I literally am having like a little bout right now of nausea, but it's not as bad. Very sleepy, but overall, like I said, things are getting to be manageable and feeling like I'm finally becoming human. I have the stress of us still not knowing where we're going to be living, where we're going to be moving to, and it sounds like we may not know till last minute, which is really stressful, but yeah. Anyways, I don't want this to be too long. I just am really, really happy that I had such a good appointment, like I said, between my high risk, my OB, and then I will meet the pediatric cardiologist, I believe soon. And that sounds like that's a great team and teamwork. My rheumatologist is great. So everything so far is seeming to work out.